Good afternoon once again to our usual English sessions. Like I told you earlier in my earlier video, we're going to have another very interesting session today, which is on phonics. So phonics lesson in English. It's about suffixes, O-U-S, S-I-O-N, I-O-N, and A-T-I-O-N. But to talk about this better, I want to share the page with you. I want to share the page with you, which talks about this lesson. Let's have the page, which has this lesson, this phonics lesson. It will be a very interesting lesson. Right. Suffixes O-U-S, S-I-O-N, I-O-N, and A-T-I-O-N. Now, first of all, let's go back. What do we mean by suffixes? Suffixes are few letters. They are not words, actually, they are not words. They are letters of the alphabet that you add at the end of a word. Okay, you have the root word or the base word. The letters, two or three or four or more letters that you add at the end of the word is called the suffix. Now, for example, we have famous. The suffix is what? O-U-S. Education, the suffix is what? I-O-N. Relaxation, the suffix is I-O-N. Attraction, I-O-N. Invention, I-O-N. Nervous, O-U-S. Conversation, I-O-N. Invasion, I-O-N. Election, I-O-N. Explanation, I-O-N. Tension, I-O-N. Creation, I-O-N. Furious, O-U-S, sorry. Various, O-U-S. Humorous, O-U-S. Occupation, I-O-N. Imagination, I-O-N. Decision, I-O-N. Exhibition, I-O-N. And the last word is destination, I-O-N. So you will notice that each of these words, they either end in O-U-S or S-I-O-N or I-O-N or A-T-I-O-N. Let me just give a few examples. For example, imagination ends with what? It ends in A-T-I-O-N. And if we want to look for the root word is imagine. Imagine. Now let me go back to help you understand how these words change. You have the root word and you have the new word, which is formed after adding the suffix. The root word of famous is fame. Fame, famous. F-A-M-E, it change becomes famous. Educate. Educate is the verb. When you change it, you drop the E and add I-O-N, it becomes what? Education. Relax is the base word, and you add A-T-I-O-N, you have relaxation. Attract is the verb, okay? You add I-O-N, it becomes attraction, which is a noun. Invent is also the base word. You add I-O-N, it becomes invention. Nerve, N-E-R-V-E, change it becomes nervous. Converse, C-O-N-V-E-R-S-E, you drop the E and add A-T-I-O-N, it becomes conversation. Invade, invasion, okay? Elect is the root word, it becomes election. Explain, it changes to explanation. Tense becomes tension. Create becomes creation. Fury becomes furious. Vary becomes various. Humor becomes humorous. Occupy, which is the verb, becomes occupation. Imagine, the verb changes to imagination. Decide becomes decision. Exhibit, which is the verb, becomes exhibition. Destination. Right. So now that we know what suffixes, to just go over it briefly, these letters that we have at the end of the word, O-U-S, S-I-O-N, I-O-N, and A-T-I-O-N, we call them suffixes. We call them suffixes because they are added at the end of the base word. Right, now let's see the exercise. In the exercise, you are asked to write the list word that has the same or almost the same meaning as the underlined word. For example, number 1, we will reach our journey's end after 4 days of traveling. So journey's end, the best word to complete is destination. Destination is the same as journey's end. People who are well known are often stopped by fans on the street. People who are well known. What's another word for well known? Another word for well known is famous. For number 3, sometimes it's very hard to make a choice. Choice, another word for choice is what? Decision. The choice or decision. I had a very long talk on the phone with my cousin. A very long talk on the phone. A talk on the phone, a long one, is called what? A conversation. A conversation. The 5th graders had a special art show in the auditorium. Okay, a show of art, pictures, drawings, paintings. It's an exhibition. I felt worried. I felt worried and had butterflies in my stomach. Worried is the same as what? Nervous. Okay. The army ants launched an attack at our picnic. Attack is the same as invasion. In other words, they invaded. It takes a lot of creative thoughts to write a story. Creative thoughts, another word for it is imagination. What you create in your mind or what you imagine. What was your excuse for being late? Another word for excuse is what? Explanation. You are late for school, you come to school, the teacher asks you and you give an excuse. In other words, you give an explanation. Number 10, who won that close vote last month? Another word for vote is election. Right, I will now display to you the answers for this page. For this particular page, I will share the page with you so that you will see the answers that go with this exercise. So, like I said before, journey's end is destination. Well-known is famous. Choice is decision. A talk on the phone, a long talk is a conversation. An art show is an exhibition. Worried is the same as nervous. Attack is invasion. Creative thoughts, imagination. Excuse is the same as explanation, to give an excuse, to give an explanation. And vote is the same as election, when you choose who you want or what you want. Write the list word that fits each definition. Stretching or a strain is a tension. A thing that delights, that is created, is attraction. Something that is created is creation. Funny and amusing, something that makes you laugh, is humorous. Knowledge and skills learned is education. Differ from one another, in other words, different, you say various. Condition of being relaxed is relaxation. Something made for the first time is something that is invented, or it is an invention. What someone does to earn a living is an occupation, your job. Full of wild or fierce anger is furious. I hope you benefited a lot from this interesting lesson. I hope you will meet again for another very interesting lesson. Have a nice day.